One guy that figures to have some revenge on his mind coming Monday night is Jerry Jeudy, and he's played pretty well, especially with Jameis Winston at quarterback. Last 4 games, 24 catches, averaging just under 95 yards per game, 17 catches, 10-plus yards, 15.8 yards per reception. Kevin Stefanski on Jerry Jeudy's versatility as a receiver and what that does to a defense.
Makes it much harder on the defensive backs. You go into a matchup with a receiver as a DB, you're thinking about the routes that he can run, and if it's a limited route tree, it makes it easier to defend. When it's an expanded route tree like Jerry, it makes it more difficult because, I think his first catch of the night last week was on a slant route, and it went for, 20 yards, whatever it was, and then making plays down the field as well. I think that just makes life more difficult for the DBs because they have to cover the entire field. I think Jerry's done a nice job. Merrick, I think back to the Thursday night game, winning at the top of the route on a deeper throw. I think that's something that he works on his craft. So when the ball is in the air, he's determined to come down with it.
Gee, Bush, I again, former first round pick that didn't live up to what everybody thought he should be, but I've been impressed with his hands. I know you hear he's a good route runner. There have been a drop or two, but he's made some catches. Degree of difficulty is pretty dang high, and he's had better hands than people gave him credit for, I think.
I think he's been a great beneficiary of Jameis Winston getting the ball out on time. Offensive lineman knowing where Jameis Winston will be in the backfield, getting the ball out on time and rhythm. And when you're trying to be a receiver, some receivers are built based on, hey, I know and can trust that when I get to you, you get to your third step, I'm breaking my route off and I'm sitting down in the zone or I'm continuing to go across the formation with man coverage. He's now a guy that looks comfortable in knowing what to expect from the quarterback. And he's also done a good job in the scramble drill. When things break down, he's been able to play a little bit of backyard football, find some voids and catch the football into, so have some nice run after catches. So, Jerry Jeudy is, I think if you're Andrew Berry, this is one of those things where, Andrew Berry seems to be Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde with a lot of different things, like between the trades he makes and the free agent deals that he makes and drafting are three completely different things, right? The trade that he's made for Amari Cooper and the trade for Jerry Jeudy seem to be really working out well for him. On the other end of the spectrum, sometimes when he comes to the draft, especially receivers, and when you look at free agency, sometimes that leaves a lot left to be desired, right? So for me, I think this is a move that Stefanski and Andrew Berry can hang their hat on, having some sort of foresight into saying, okay, well, let's go ahead and extend him right now because we feel like in our system he's going to thrive. So he's been a nice surprise. I think we had tempered our results and our expectations for what he was going to do based on some of the stuff that was coming out of Denver when we first had the trade. People were saying, well, beware, he's going to drop some balls. He's going to be underwhelming in certain games and certain aspects of the game. And so we were kind of holding our breath a little bit, but I think he's played much better when you see Jameis Winston and what he's been able to do and having a connection with him.